Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. This video is an update to my CKF Snecx TERRA knife. It's been about, I would say, 3 months since the first video I made on the CKF Snecx TERRA. I'm just gonna call it the TERRA because CKF Snecx TERRA is kind of like a mouthful. But yes, it's been about 3 months since I first made the video on the TERRA, and I figured that I would give you guys an update. A lot of you commented on that video and I thank all of you for that. I mean, if you are watching this video and you came from that video, thank you so much for those comments. Some of those were people telling me that there's another way or a correct way to remove the first pin that releases the clip, so I've actually tried that out, and yes, I would like to update myself on that. And also someone else, and I cannot remember that person's name and I'm sorry because the comments have been deleted. You left some really legit comments on that video talking about the different ball bearing washers, and I don't know why, but I think your username is gone, whether you've changed your YouTube account or something, I'm not so sure, but I'm not able to find those comments left on that video. But I looked into it and I actually emailed CKF about those washers and I did get some response. Also, on top of that, my own friend Weebeng, he actually showed me that he could thumb flick it open using some wrist flicking action as well, but I decided I would want to practice that and I have managed to get it. Not that proficient at it yet, but yes, it is an improvement from where I was in the previous video. And most of all, I think you guys will be more interested in this. I have done some customization to the blade scales. Not the blade. I don't have the kind of skill to, do modifications on the blade because I don't trust myself and I don't trust my own grinding or sharpening skills, but I've done some modifications to the scales, and here it is. Time for the big reveal. Bam! This is what I've done. I stone washed the scales. I've given all the hardware some kind of a bronze treatment, but this hardware in here, which is basically the liners, as well as this piece over here, the inlays, I've given it more like a blurple bronze kind of treatment. So now it looks pretty much different from what it was originally, and I really enjoy the stone washed finish. I mean, that's the whole reason why I did it in the first place. The original one featured that bee blasted finish that I did not like because it was getting scratched up too easily. And yeah, so I stone washed the clip as well and did nothing to the blade. You guys can see I did nothing to the blade, but I've used the blade quite a bit and I've got some scratches and one very obvious one right here. Can you guys see that? That vertical line, see that? Right there. So I got a scratch from that, and I don't know how I got that. I think I was opening a box or something, but that happened. Apart from that, the mirror polish finish is still holding up pretty well. Action on this is pretty much still the same. So I'm gonna show you guys the correct method. Oh, by the way, I added a lanyard, and I found this Coyote Brown 330 lanyard, and I put a nice bead with 4 tritium vials in it. But yes, the correct way to remove this pin is to just push down on the backspacer here like that. You actually hear it moving, so if I were to turn it over, the pin should pop right out just like that. So let me show that to you again. Just pop this in like that. Alright, all you gotta do is just push down on the backspacer and the pin will drop right out. That's actually how you're supposed to do it, and it's very close to how you remove the pins on the FRWK S, which is also a collaboration between CKF and Snecx. So I should have thought about that, and the fact that this is actually like some kind of a little tension spring of sorts just translates to me having even more respect for Snecx as a designer and an engineer. So yes, you guys, no problem opening this knife the same way, the Spidey flick method. You guys can see I've practiced it quite a lot. I'm also able to open it up with my thumb, but I have to really wedge my thumb in this lowest area right here, so just gotta wedge it in and then I can pull it right out like that. Now, one thing that I realized, and it's a big downside to this knife, is that this part, I guess the thumb flick or the front flipper, I would say, actually rides all the way up to the top here. So you guys can see it closes up here like that. So this actually affects the way you hold the knife and you handle it, because if I had my index finger up here, for example, and I used the thumb opening slot method, you would see that it actually pinches onto my index finger like that. So because of that, I actually learned to hold the knife further down, lower than where the backspacer starts, because this notch here is for that front flipper. See that? So this is something that you're gonna have to practice and get used to when you're handling this knife, and I'm gonna try and show you guys the way I actually flick it open with my thumb. So see that? Now I've got that down, just up here like that. See if I can do that. Almost got it. There, we got it. One more time, let's try it out. You know what, I'm gonna just give up. At least you guys saw that I did it once. And the thing is, because it's such a hard edge, it's actually quite a hot spot for my thumb. You guys can see that this is where a lot of my skin gets scrapped, because of this area like right here. like that. So that's something that you're gonna have to take note of if you are looking to handle this knife. So yes, I can flick it open with the front flipper. It's just that I feel much more comfortable when I flick it open like that with the Spidey flick method. So it's really just personal preference. At least you know that you can do that, or you could just use a thumb opening hole to kind of open it up like that. So next, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the washers. Now, in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to disassemble the knife to a certain extent. So let me just do that for you guys. And now you will see that I'm using these nylon washers. If you guys remember in the first video, I wasn't able to fit the nylon washers in. And then it was that person, I still don't know your name, I still cannot recall your name. It was that person that pointed out to me that this should actually fit in there. And he was saying that on some forums, people were saying that they could fit the nylon washers. So I wasn't able to fit mine. Let me just pull out the original washers that is right here. So the original washers that I was using is this one. See, these are the ones. The stainless steel cages, these are the, I guess, specially engineered ones or custom made washers meant for the TERRA. This is an extra one of these that CKF sent to me. So what I did was I contacted them and I told them that I heard on forums that some people were able to use their nylon washers in the knives and I wasn't able to use mine. So the CKF team actually replied and asked me for a picture. So I actually took these washers and I put it there and I showed it to them, and they got back to me saying that there were some problems with the washers that they were shipping out and it was their mistake. So at no extra charge, they sent me these new washers, and they sent me 3, by the way, not just 2. But I just wanted you guys to know that yes, the follow-up service is pretty good, and I was able to get these new washers in working well. And in my opinion, I think these washers are actually a little bit more smooth versus the stainless steel ones. Of course, I think that in terms of longevity, the stainless steel washers is gonna last a way longer time, or a much longer time compared to these. But right now, these are really smooth, and I'm not using this knife for a hard use purpose. You know what I mean? It's just like I carry it on me sometimes because I think it looks very, very beautiful. It is still, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful knives that I own, not just because of the mechanics behind it, but the way it looks overall. And I'm just gonna randomly show you guys how it got that color. So you can see that I actually flame treated this and did not do anything to the rest of this. So if you guys are wondering how I got the bronze color, basically I'm not good with electroanodization. All I did was just use a butane torch. Well, you could call it a butane torch. It's just basically I guess a chef's torch, and then just got it to a little bit of a bronze color. And if ever I want to swap it out to raw color hardware, I could just use the spare ones that was given to me with this knife purchase. So that's it, everyone. I just wanted to share this update with you guys that yes, the knife is still with me. It is in a pretty good condition. I've been using it. I've been enjoying it so far. I rarely thumb flick it open. I usually open it with a Spidey flick. Very happy with the way it turned out, you know, in terms of my customization, and good customer service in terms of that communication and sending me the replacement washers with not many questions asked. I just had to prove to them that I was having a problem, and that's that. Knife is back in place. Gonna just check for blade centering. Not exactly perfect, so I'm gonna have to tighten it just a little bit more, and that should be good. Yep, that's good. Still very smooth. Yep. Oh, there is some blade play. Taking it down. No more blade play. Yep, very happy with that. Test it out. Flicks open, no problem. Okay, I'm gonna install the pin back as well as the clip. Wonderful. Beautiful knife. I enjoy it a lot. Yep, there we go. CKF Snecx collaboration. TERRA knife, everyone. This is the update. It's been 3 months and I am still enjoying this knife a lot. And that's about it, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing in this slice of my life. I thought that you guys deserved an update because of all the communication that you had with me, because of all the comments that you left, and because of the communication I had with CKF themselves. And I just thought you guys might know, if ever any of you out there who own a TERRA knife have a problem fitting your nylon washers with that, please make sure you contact CKF. Just send them an email. They will hit you back right up. Just have some pictures prepared and ready to go. And they basically sent me these replacement washers, no questions asked, no extra charge, and now makes my entire experience with this knife all the more sweeter. And I will catch all of you in the next slice of my life. Till then, everyone, gaga boost. See if I can do this one more time. Oh, I got it. Second time.